All right, we are live, coming straight from the bureaucracy. So, as always, takes much longer than expected. So, for this, I need to get everything set up. Okay. How is everybody doing today? Let's get this going. First, let's get flag, Discord, and everywhere so people know this is happening. Some access. Oh, I accidentally went for the wrong browser. So what we'll be doing today, let's me get this going. And I say I haven't even had time to prepare a nice graphics. So let me send that out. There we go. That's one place. Now let's see. Discord 1, Discord 2. And let's put this on X as well. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So we have that. Let's get us prepared with share screening and all the other stuff that we need here as well. So no, well, first we'll have that, but we'll go later. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? Don't be shy. Say hi in the chat. And we'll get started soon. As I stated at the beginning, I came from the link with some stuff. In particular, I got my international driving license set up. So that took like what, 2.5 hours in the line. So I went there and got the number, then went for lunch, then came back and still had to wait like an hour. My. So let's open up Wekan and let's take a look on what's going on and what we are going to be doing. So quite, I would say, few exciting Meteor news as well. I guess I'll be doing some pre-recording for it as well for Friday, but I'll cover this as well. So the idea this first hour is a weekend, and we'll see how far I can get, and after that we shall see what's going to happen here. Continuation of that. or if people like Gabriel Gruber or somebody else is around and we want to discuss the options in regards to let's say a new Meteor version, I would be super happy to do that. Maybe run a sprint, but we shall see. I have not communicated this in advance, so we will see what's going to come out of that. So first things first, let me merge here. Let me merge here main to my collection 2, and then sign on. So I got here a bit more when it comes to dependencies, as I think the idea is I'm trying to get some of the tests running as well. So let's see my passwords. Let's put that in. So who is with me here today? Say hi in the chat. And let's get slowly started. So as a reminder, this is Wekan. It's a, and let me switch here, the coding view. So this is Wekan. It's an open source Kanban, similar to Trello. And of course, it has many, many more options and availabilities. So that's why I kind of want to get it. The issue is there's a lot of legacy code there, and in particular, my purpose here is to upgrade to collection to the, let's say, the latest version. So, or actually not the latest version, the 3.5 version. So here we have the simple schema npm package. So first I want to get there, make sure things work. And then after that, then the next step, which will allow, of course, to update a lot of other packages in the background, which exactly what we want to do. And following that, maybe go to the latest version, but that shall be, one step at a time. And speaking of one step at a time, let me scroll down here, and let's actually go to GitHub this weekend. And what I want to get here first is, because I've forgotten since last time, or the, let's see, the, as is usual, change log, governance, security future, contributing document. That, or is it development? I always forget which ones. It will be in the, yikes, I completely forgot where we have the, it'll be, I don't remember if it was one of the .sh files that does all the start weekend. I want to actually, first, I want to, okay, I do believe I actually found that in the package JSON was the under scripts, no? Oops. Let's see if I run the start weekend, what's going to happen here. There used to be a no, it doesn't like that. Oh man, where was the documentation for that? Need to, so was it the wiki potentially? So, security, scaling, migration. It's a lot of stuff though with the comms. Here we go. For standalone weekend, that's what we have. Yes, it's dot rebuild weekend was the one. Here we go. So let's start with the installing weekend dependencies. Just in case there are some updates there. And I'll enjoy my tea. Next stop. Next up, we go with number 3 here, running Wekan itself and seeing how far can we get with what we have here. That bitter that I have API.py, which I have not touched, marked as change. That's just so GitHub is actually makes sense here. And let's see, is this me removing validation error or keeping it? Because that's a pretty good package to have. That would be me removing it, but if let's reset changes and okay, here we go. So it's here. So that's how it should be. So things should be running on localhost 4000. Let's go. So no new errors here. Everything seems to be going well. If I go here, add list first, second, one, two, three. Wow, I love how this goes smoothly. And move 2, let's move 3. Perfect. Let's go back to all boards. Last time we had issues with creating one. Private. Let's go. This will be private. And we still have some issue here. So this was an issue last time, and we need to figure out exactly what's going on here. And we don't have any errors here, nor on the server. That's, so you can imagine, that's always the worst case situation when we don't have anything to help us figure out what is the issue. So the issue we have here, the boards collection, since we've changed or upgraded the schemas and all that stuff, we have to check here now. So if we look back here, the page is not found. The ID is fine. If we refresh, still not found. But then it's here. Oh, so it's not adding there the slugified part. So it's only going like this. Which I would say in a way is also kind of an issue with the router that we could potentially fix. But let's first figure out, because there will be some sort of redirect that's going to add the ID in here. So what's happening? We have some helpers. Copy title is visible, is active members, is public, cards, list, newest, latest. And let me make this, as I often forget. Let's see, I think this is fine. We can make out this. So we have this swim lanes, activities. We have the ID, and then we have the Slack. So I'm kind of wondering, or I think this .slug is not set properly, maybe. So let's go. And I think maybe down here, yes, unique title, user search, user boards ID, scholar map, server, working with the allow deny here. That's another thing where we can remove the underscore, but that's again another time, another PR. Just a general personal recommendation. If you can remove underscore, remove it, or be more restrictive when you import it. Okay, here we go. Before insert. Now we want, we have here create index, which another PR for me to move that to asyncs. Doesn't cost anything. Okay. After update, after insert activities, insert. So this is activities or audit log. Before update. Didn't we have before update already? Or was that before insert? Okay. Before update, before remove, after update. JSON route, because that's for the REST API. All right. So how do we get from here? A lot of stuff here that could be improved code-wise. So it's not here, so we need to look into the UI that's for add board. Let us take a look through search. We have changelog, we have the INTN. I'll have them define this thing. So that's the app JS here. That's okay. No, that's if I click that, it goes crazy because it's big. The You have some jade even here. Wow. Never used that, but so here we have the pop-up open. So this is this thingy. Open create board. Start board. Let's take a look. Okay. Yikes. This might be quite a challenge for me since it's Jade. Yikes. Laura, we'll have to talk about how you want to manage this in the future. If it's going to remain Jade, if it's going to migrate to Blaze, or Mamma mia. So it opens create board. Now then, how do I heck find the helpers for that? Let's extend comp. So like a Blaze here as well. Jade with Blaze. So it opens a pop-up, and in which we have the create boards. So board body, board list, board header, board body. No, under cars, it would make sense. Forms, state pickers, lists, main. Just saw pop up somewhere here. Yes, pop up. It's not probably going to be it. Side swimline, sidebar settings. I do recall I actually found this last time somewhere. I think maybe not here. I just need to find the. It is the click clone board. Archive board, accept invite, decline invite, reset filter. So create board. Register, create board. That's the board header. Okay. On created. That's the template. Over here, I guess. Board header and let it pop up. Here it is, the create board. This is actually the board itself. Yeah, looks like I will not be able to do any UI works with Jade here because it's not something I really want to learn. Though I appreciate the idea to simplifying it. I think it might be simplifying it too much. So import board, or it's guys, anybody understand Jade here? What is it trying to say? Or so you have the create, submit value, create. So case one on created, it's dealing with the aftermath where it's resetting the values. But now here we go on submit. This is our, so it's title. So it gets the title, and then it does permissions. This is for template container, and this is, so this is template, but we are not there yet. So we are right now going the non-template, so it gets the visibility. And then it does here go board ID, which will get the board ID and a slug. So something we have to check here. Have to check out what we get back from the board. And then we need to make sure that we have this. I'm worried if we have the slug here set, and if not, and if it's still slug set, then we still have to go and check the flow router here. Refreshed. Flow one. Let's go. Okay, so we got the document, and here it is. We do not get back the slug, so the slug is undefined, which is causing the problem here. So I actually would like to fix this in two ways. One is in the flow router itself to allow. Now we'll have to check if it allows for, or if what happens, because it says here page not found. So I'm guessing if it's just the board and the ID, then there is nothing there. The issue is also that we don't have the create board still is here as it's not created. So I wonder. So we have here insert, and we just, this is the old style of doing things. It's not in a method, it's just insert. So then the boards, this one, so the uncreated or before created mutations dot after insert should be triggered, but that does not trigger the thing. So I'm wondering maybe here what we need to do is the slack is the auto value. So this looks to me like this slug is not auto-valued, or the auto-value is too late, because if we go back to all boards, now it's completely missing. Interesting. From the one that we created, the empty private. Oh, actually, it was because so flow one. Now we have it here. With everything. So I think let's see. Let's get the title here. Let's get the slug and also this. This is set is strange. What's going on here with this auto value? Because the thing is, it should at least set board or something. So I think it might be with this is set. I'm kind of wondering. I want to do console bear this as well. I think this dot field and all that stuff might not be returning, might have changed, which could explain some of our issues. So let's just go with flow 2 and see. So title returns, okay, so it returns is set true value. So of course this title is set as true and this is set as false. So that's correct. Okay, I don't recall. So that's working all fine. Then what do we get from slug? We get flow 2. But we do not have the slug in our one. So this is working as intended. Nothing. And it does happen, as we've seen from the console before we get the document here in the utils. It's because we are getting in the cache here, reactive cache, get board underscore ID. So what's happening here is the cache is not getting updated. Hey, Lori, how are you doing? Finally here with us, the maintainer of Wekan. Good to see you here. Let's see if I can get you. Where would be the best way to send you something? I guess I'll try Slack. So I'll send you there the link to join me if you want to. You don't have to. Right now we're looking at the issue we had with the boards, and I'm finding here that the reactive cache is not updated with the slug, which gets added in the collection to on the insert. So that's an interesting. I'm trying to figure out how to get around it, and I have now, I would say, 3 options. One is either to update the flow router, that even without the slug, it will still go to the correct page. Because if we go back here and click on the flow router afterwards, it has the slug there. So, and I think it's just, kind of seem duplicate to have both the ID and the slug in the URL. So that's one option. Second is to figure out how to get the updated version into the cache. So we'll have to look also on the PR itself to figure out what other changes I have made. So here is my pull request. This has been mostly fixed, and let's actually look on files changes. It's a big one, just because it's kind of what it does. And so most of the times it was just adding imports and fixing things like, just using crate index here, which just the absolute basics, nothing change. Okay, so we have your activities, which I will have to review. Announcement, don't have any of the changes I'm looking at. This is just more complex schema here with the arrays and all that stuff. And then fixing the arrays. So this is array. All set. This is just adding imports here. Imports and schema fixes. And we have Lori here in the channel. So let me get my headphones and let me add him in. Hi, Lori.
Hi.
So I am kind of curious to get started here. I was thinking that if you can navigate me a little bit in the project specifically. Right now, I would like to find our router where the routes are
Okay.
defined. You can put me through that. It's been years since I worked with Flow Router, so I don't even remember the exact convention for the most part.
Yes, just a moment.
No worries. Let's see if I can actually maybe do some under config. There's router.
Yes, at config is router.
And I want the board. Okay. So so we have it's the B and then it's ID and a slug. Not sure if you I kind of wondering because I've seen this around a
Yeah.
lot that have the ID and then the Slack, which kind of feels redundant to me. Why is it, to have like both in the address?
Uh, the slug is generated from board title, and if somebody changes the board title, then also slug is changed.
Yeah, but I'm wondering because once you have the ID, uh, why do you also need the Slack?
Well, with slug, it is possible to make better URL where is also information about the board title, so it kind of makes better URLs.
Yeah, but you already have the if you have the ID, it's then you have nice URL, then you have the ID, which is mangled mess for humans, and then you have the nice slug. So, for example, what I do at Literal Universe is in the link, it's Slack or ID. You can do either. So if this was like, for example, story, it would be Slack or ID, just one identifier. And you can, if you want the permanent link, you could say you would go with the ID that you share, or you can use the Slack, which would be nice looking. So I'm kind of it's not just Weekend. I've seen it on many other places. So that's kind of what I'm wondering about. And this is this is a side issue from what we have here.
So there has been a feature request to have some board key or some other key like Jira, but it would be more understandable URL or more regular, but that is not yet in Wekan.
Mhm. Yeah, because it would be, so we have the params ID. Are we even using the slug here for anything? That's the question.
Well, it is used in the URL, so there is board for the URLs. There are board ID and slug, and of course, if there are somebody has made some bookmarks for some pages, so those
Mhm.
also use that current slug. So there could be alternative R structures, but those are not implemented yet, I think. And
Yeah,
there are also some legacy URLs, so there are redirects to new URLs.
yeah, that's reasonable and fine. But I'm just like looking at this. The slug is not used at all, so I'm kind of wondering. Um, is it
Uh,
possible to define, say, like do an array here and define multiple things that so we can just
uh, Actually, if there is some better router for Meteor 3, that could be changed. Because currently with Flow router, there is also some difficulties in changing the head part of HTML page,
Mhm.
so it needs some. There is some code for that, but some other routers can change most of the pages more flexibly. And also, currently Wekan uses Jade, and I don't know is
Yeah.
there Jade anymore at all for Meteor
Yeah.
3. So yeah,
I think it's going to work because there hasn't been that many changes in that regard, so you don't have to worry about that. It's just I think the Jade has come and gone. But let's try. I just saved this array here just to see if it actually works, just out of curiosity.
okay.
Um, let's see. So if I go and just do this, well, it worked, or at least I think it worked. If I go back here to float.
So currently the problem is that when I try to upgrade to newer Meteor 2, then it stops opening the board, and also the
Mm,
collection app has or some updates do not work.
Yeah,
So there's that
I'm
pull
seeing
request.
that pad.def is not a function. So it just looks that it was just temporary. Because this is strange. So the thing is, it's, at least looking at this, unless this is cached, it does open it, it works. But if I go to all boards, now I get this router path issue. And it stops opening the boards, which is not what we want. So let's just return this how it was, fixing here the few typos. But so to kind of summarize the issue that I have discovered here is what happens if I create a new board. And the document that comes back from the cache doesn't come with the slug, which is causing this error, and that's giving me the and it does not seem to trigger. So this is where I have the console log in the go board ID. Let me see if I go to the boards. Yeah, so, and I've checked here what actually is happening here in the slug in the auto value. This runs perfectly, no problem, and executes before the call is created. So here, this runs fine, and it does everything. But the problem is then as we go here in the utils, it doesn't seem to be in the reactive cache. It's not updated. That's what I'm encountering what is doing, because it's missing Slack. It only has the basic value that gets pushed forward. And then the interesting thing is, based also on that, I think there was and after that, the onCreated doesn't get triggered, because then, of course, it would close the menu. So I'm wondering if you have any insights on how or where I could maybe force it to update the cache.
Yes, so there was that very big peer that added that reactive cache, and it did touch very many files. It did take some time to read all through that. So that reactive cache is using those using same kind of code to share both at but client side and server side, and all the changes and shares is made with reactive cache first, and he did that that contributor did make many speed tests and look at that it is faster, and made some additional fixes so that most of the code would use reactive cache, but there could be something missing, so that when updating to newest Meteor 2, then some of those do not work anymore.
All right, let me see here what I'm going to spread things out here a little bit. Other thing that I'm kind of wondering is, we get the board ID already. We should not. There's a need to call for it again. So we can just copy the board ID down here without calling, which, it's going to save us a few milliseconds, but I'm kind of wondering how we can improve this. Yeah, so it gets same thing, and again, nothing here. So I'm thinking this is just redundant in a way. And so we have that issue is that it does not get the correct one. So we'll look into it a little bit further. But another thing that I'm kind of surprised is that it doesn't, the onCreated is not triggered. Which here it's for some other component. And I'm wondering, this onCreated is a Blaze. Is it a Blaze specific function onCreated on the?
Yes, so those are those templates, and then creating the template, and first there is onCreated and other functions, and at the last there is onRendered, and after that some code can be run that needs to be run last to the final page.
Okay, so this is onRendered.
Okay.
So I see. So this is when. So this is run when we have here when the artboard is open. Is that correct?
Yes. So first, that onCreated, that is when that template is created. But after all that code, so it is at the beginning. But after on rendered, when all those are rendered and run and so on, there can be some additional code run. For example, some other rendering markdown or others. So it kind of depends where some code but is run. But usually on created there is added some reactive variables or some other initializing stuff. So, but of course, if there is some data missing, then it will not show that correctly. And I'm thinking is some kind of logic that this is currently using. Are there some better alternatives for method 3?
Yeah. So let me get the. Oh, interesting. So the template itself. So we have. I'm getting here. Template. And that one is created here, but and then we have some of these which are almost untraceable. Yeah, untraceable. And that one doesn't get created. So we have here add template.
Yes, so there are templates features, so there can be board templates, card templates, list templates, and those can be then shared. That would need some additional features, but those are used so that for example, when somebody makes some example board and those kind of boards need to be added often, or some cards to be added often.
Yeah, the thing is that this one does not get created. So let me try here.
Yes, so there are different kinds of boards. Some are the so normal boards, some are template boards or container boards for different purposes. So when opening some template board, it shows a list of the templates available.
Yeah, the problem now here, it gets created. It gets set here. There's the board ID set. But beyond that, it looks it seems to die. Let's see, template 1 here, add template container, create. It fails on the same issue. We can see here all that stuff.
Well, actually, creating template containers and the template feature is incomplete, so it has not been fully implemented yet. But the point is that when adding a normal board, that after adding that board, it should open that board.
Yes,
but there is page not found. But because that template board feature is not yet implemented fully, so that's kind of is not yet a problem.
Okay, but we are running on the same issue, that if I created this, I don't get, I can see here it's permission private, sort 9, title, flow 5, ID, all that stuff, but I do not get back the stuff. So you said there was a pull request with the cache. Let me check. The ones we are looking is reactive cache. So
at issues, there is at that top pinned issue about that.
So it's the first one that I should look at?
Just a moment. Yeah, first one is it. I think.
Yeah, that at least give us me some idea.
I'll try to look what was the.
Okay, imports reactive cache. Okay, so let's look for ports for reactive cache. Get. I need to look on. Some fields, cards, swim lanes. Let's see, what about the get cards? So what about boards? Set boards. Oh, it just gets boards. Get boards. Let's make it that, so it makes them boards. Let's find one. Find fetch.
It seems to be that it is pull request 5014 there is 133 files changed.
514. 2014. Ports and list. Okay. Oh wow. So a lot of this is getting the stuff.
Yes, there are many changes similar to async await changes to Meteor. So this is to all
One
code
of the
base making those reactive cache changes.
yeah. Let me. Where are we? Make some changes. Now then, let's do count for data or find one. It's board. Okay, so let me try. Let's compare the two. Because this is so okay. So looking at this, this means this is cache. It's not the problem anymore. And what we might be having here is that the out of value is, let's see. This is very strange to me because see it gets triggered before it goes to the utils, but then it's not there at all. And yeah, but once we get, oh wait, it's interesting. It's no longer here. Oh, it's there. But then it gets updated. So something that I fear I'm missing here. I rename this. Stays on the same page. Not a problem. If I go back here, it has the correct. Yeah. Let me try the. Well, worst case, I have a workaround. because it doesn't really matter what Slack is in the address as long as there is any. Um,
Okay.
so if I just do, this here and
Nice.
but let me just double check. Interestingly, there is no, and this is an issue, but we haven't released. Yeah, we fixed the issue of not showing new page, so no Slack 2 here, and we can do all that stuff here, but we don't have, as you can see, any settings here or anything. And but if I go like back here and now it's all here, and the issue here is again that we don't get the updates from the database, which we
Okay.
can see here that it's must be attached, blah blah blah, which is the result of us not having it there. So I can get around the no Slack issue. What I cannot get, let's see, is this okay? So this is something unrelated to us, but what we cannot get around is that after it's created, the cache is not, or the client in general, it's not just the cache, the client doesn't get the changes. I'm not even sure if it's like from the server bear, because just the auto value itself does not doesn't do what I would expect it to do. So if we go back to 3.5, so we can see the documentation. Let's go for auto value. Flowing properties, this for any auto value functions called operations. Know that the auto value functions are run on the client only for validation purposes, but the actual value saved will always be generated on the server, regardless of whether insert update is initiated from the client or from the server.
Okay.
There are many.
That's surprising.
So yeah, so it will run it like on the client for validation to validate, but it will be the server. But still, that's that should still not be a problem, because we are still waiting to get an idea, or actually we are in a simulation. So I'm thinking the question here is so I think this is part of the issue. And before let me go back to let's just here, let me go back to my pull request to see from which version we are migrating. from version 2.10. So let's me go back here. Do we have any migration nodes that I've missed? Topic migrations. That's it's probably more. So let's go back more in a history and check out version 3 if we have in the documentation here any Y installation. I don't think we'll have any migration nodes here, which is unfortunate. So let's go to 2.6 to see if what's the documentation on auto values.
At Wekan, migrations are at server/migrations.js.
Oh no, that's not what I mean.
Okay.
Okay, but I'm looking for interesting. There is no documentation here for auto values. Auto value. Okay, now here it is. Auto value. Still part of C2 database. Insert update. No functions are run on client only for validation. Okay, so that functionality that remained the same. So that is not what is tricking us up here. That's a good mystery now here, what we have. So the behavior has not changed. It's even stranger. Let me stash my things and go back to the main branch to see. Doesn't kill my. It's restarting everything and it's going to kill it. Let's try like this again. If not, I'll have to reinstall everything. Yeah, I'll have to reinstall.
Actually, somebody has had a similar error about simple schema at some Meteor forums post recently.
Interesting.
They were migrating from Meteor 2 to 3.
Well, but I'm just using your main branch, so that should not be an issue here. Simple schema is not defined. The It's not in dependencies. That would explain why. No. So it's here. It's in dependencies. But it's an npm package, so
it kind of depends. Is it an npm package or is it Meteor package?
but this one here apparently is because you have both that, or do you have both?
That is at .meteor/packages or versions.
Yeah, Meteor have both.
Well, maybe one won't be enough. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what that will be kind of my next step in my PR to have only one of them. So I think it's, well, in this case, if it's just like this, this is, let's just get the, I think it's without that. Check how you have it, if you have it anywhere else like this. Oh, no, you don't. Interesting. Field is not support property. I thought you just did the update here, so.
So currently, it is using previous version of Meteor 2, not the newest. And when I try to run Meteor update or npm, actually npm update works, but Meteor updates, then with newest packages, it gets broken even more, or at a different way with that beer.
Let's see. Okay, yeah, it's that. It did that. So
I have
release 2.14. Let's try that.
yeah. So I have not been able to upgrade the newest possible version of all Meteor packages because it gets broken in various ways. I had to go back one version, 0.01 version, because it got broken.
Let's see this time how it works or not. Yeah, because it doesn't like the, what? Oh, this is my mistake here. If I can, yeah, let's revert it to original.
Also, currently there are about 10 megabytes of JavaScript at front end, so it takes some time before all the translations JavaScript gets run. So I think I could try to make most of that code mostly server-side rendered if possible. So translations would work better, and also.
I think if you can do just code splitting, you can remove most of these issues. Okay, so this is something that my PR should be fixing with the simple schema and everything, because it specifically imports them. So I cannot even check the actual version. So let's get rid of Reset all node. So yeah, there should not be anything like that. Oh, did it just? Okay, now that I've reset the versions, it worked. It looks like it worked. So let us get back to trying this out. Version 1 works. What am I missing here?
It looks like the right sidebar button is there, but I don't know, does it fully work? All the features there, and is there enough information at client side?
Yes, this works. This works as intended. So there is an issue with. Let's just get rid of some of them. It is a strictly new issue introduced in my here. So it's clear. Just a strictly one introduced in my pull request that the data no longer gets updated fast enough on the client in the cache. Okay. So it's an issue with the somehow I think with the cache not getting updated fast enough.
That's
Could it?
yeah, it's kind of nice to say that the speed up is not fast enough to get the information.
I'm also wondering maybe if it's not something specific to simple schema, because in this it mostly, because before you were just using the simple schema from Meteor itself, and now I mostly here switch to the one that's from the npm package.
But did you remove that Meteor package?
That will not have, if I'm specifically importing the Meteor package, will not have, let's check here. No, packages. Oh, it's still here. So what I'm wondering we could try doing is, because now that we have the new one already working fine, let's see if we could check. I'll just check the imports. So I'm thinking we can just try to do a quick big replace here. And use the one from the package. And see if that helps. It would help in general for the future. So I have to also check which versions are you using here of the simple schema. 1.13.1. Okay, so that's the latest. So that's a bump. And it's crashing. On the translations again.
Okay.
Why?
Well, that is kind of custom translation system. So
No,
it,
that's it's not that. I'm thinking we don't have an issue here in the docs. Should be like that. And let's see, where's GitHub? Simple schema. We have. Yeah, it should be like this. Why the heck was there? Sense. Why was there the old documentation? Why is there this old documentation here instead of the new one? Interesting. I think it was the. Well, we've got some really old version in the official documentation. But yeah, now we have. It's going just fine. It's pestering me with the deny update is not supported property.
yes,
Which
I don't I don't know. Do all those alloy deny still work with Meteor 2 or 3, or what
yeah,
is the current?
they should be that should be working. I have recently also released new versions, so which is updated here. Maybe I have to actually do an update here, 3.1. Yes. So let's see if we can just update it. Yeah, so I just upgrade that. Update this one as well. I think with these updates, it should fix the issue. Because yeah, in this it maybe. Let's see. If not, then I will probably have to switch to even newer version of collection 2, which has some additional repercussions, which I'm not sure we want to get into. Not good. Nine specifically should have worked. Why not? And this is why I want these fields in the core, because it's just having them outside in separate packages create issues. Okay, I will have to check back in on this some other time.
Okay.
But we did get at least a bit further. This is
Yes, it's great.
it's getting there, and this needs to be updated. So maybe I think next thing might be that I will just go to the latest collection 2. I think one big thing I want to actually check before you go with the models is if we have any of the index, because I do believe that all the there should be no. I don't think I have seen ever like any index creation
Yes, there
in
are
the schema.
yes, so those are also at models, usually at the bottom, creating those indexes if those do not exist. And also sometimes where syntax
Yeah,
changes
no,
for the
yeah, but
create indexes.
sorry, that is not what I mean. Like, I mean you are not using the where is the schema index package. That's what I'm getting at. There we go.
Could be.
Because otherwise you would have at least one in the models. You would have somewhere at least this, which you don't. Which means I can remove this schema index, which is good because that makes us a bit leaner. And the only thing remaining is I have to worry about the deny update, which I will have to check. But I definitely have. I should have a beta version, maybe, or see which one I have here. Yeah, there's version 4, but that one is for the next version of collection 2, which is version 4, I believe, as well. That one might require a bit more, yes, of a setup. So I will, since we've gotten this far, I'm kind of worried about going to collection 2 version 4 because of all your other packages and anything that might, especially user accounts and other things that might be using them, which might not be ready to have version 4. But version 2 should give this a try to see if it will be allowed. Or maybe with this flag it will be. So it updated the schema deny. Check npm version was removed. Kind of curious if it's going to throw at the build with some other versions. It's definitely not going to work because there needs to be some more instantiation, if I remember correctly. That's more for Harry Adele to give us more rundown. But unique. You use unique. That's another thing that should be put into the create index for that. So let me actually do that. No, one is correct. Here. So over here, down here under email, I missed one create index here. Find one. If it's supposed to be unique, create index. Is it email? Yes. Email. Let's put 1. And here it needs to be true. That's how it should work. I doubt we get it actually showing us anything or running. Or actually, no, it's running. That's interesting. I don't think it's going to have the same issue. This update was much better and easier than I expected. It did not fix our issue because I think that's underlying. I think it's interesting. I will have to check more into it, but at least we've got to the latest version of collection 2 with what looks like only one issue so far, or at least I think once we resolve it and figure out where, as we say, where the dog is buried, then should be able to fix it throughout all the other issues. So let me and we could potentially also remove the simple schema npm package, but let's keep it there for potential other things. So update collection to v4. Let's put that through there, and I shall revisit it at the earliest other opportunity, trying to figure out why the cache doesn't get the updated version and all that stuff. Let me just quickly check here. Okay, so we can delete this stash. All right, Laurie, thank you very much for joining me and trying to figure this one out. I think at the end it will have something with the cache, but it might be something something else. So while I will have to go in and do more of a archaeological / detective work of the data flow and all those things to figure that one out. Do you want to say anything else to everybody watching before we close for the day? Because sadly, I will have to go and prepare for my trip.
Thanks a lot. This is great progress.
All right. And let's do a reminder for everybody. This us we are working on Wekan, upgrading the code underneath. Wekan is an open source Kanban that you can get. It of course runs on Meteor, and wekan.github.io is the official web page. So thank you very much, Laurie, for joining me in, providing some insight here. And with that, I will hopefully see you at either one of our dispatches or some other time when I'll have the chance to revisit this and work on Wekan. Also, for anybody watching this, if you maybe got an idea where the problem is, feel free to contribute to that pull request. So once again, thank you very much, Laurie, and have a good day.
Thanks. Have a good day too.
And with that, I would like to everybody to remind you that I do have a sponsors page. So if you would like to see more of what I'm doing, I am at GitHub sponsors, Storyteller CZ. Its link is in the chat. And with that, I have to say goodbye as well, because already people are calling me and demanding my attention on other business matters. And I also need to prepare for my trip to America. So next week, there will be no stream on Monday. Maybe there will be some emergency one, but I don't have anything scheduled because I don't know if I'll be on the road or what the heck is going to be happening at that time. But then on the 25th, I'll have a birthday stream where, well, I guess we shall see what's going to happen then. I have some ideas, but I will not give up anything at this point in time. So with that, thank you very much. And I will see you in 2 weeks latest, hopefully earlier. Have a nice day, good week, and see you around.